Hi, go through. Georgetown 911, where's your emergency? Hello? 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 Son, I have nothing but gunshots. Hello? Hello?
That's the voice of NBA star Lorenzen Wright on the night he was murdered by a vengeful woman in 2010. He had just played his last NBA game a few months prior.
On July 19, 2010, Lorenzen Wright is shot and killed. On July 28th, his body is found in a wooded area of southeast Memphis.
Can you believe it all started in 1994 when he raw-dogged his coach's daughter? Lorenzen Wright just had to put it in Shara Robinson back in high school, and she ended up putting something in him: bullets. Wright lost his career and his life because he was thinking with the wrong head. Poor decisions cost him everything. NBA players aren't always smart. There's the guy who crashed his car jerking off to porn, and the guy who basically flipped off America. But first, let's get back to the ever-horny Lorenzen Wright and see how a high school fling with his coach's daughter led to his untimely death. Growing up in Memphis in the 80s, Lorenzen Wright was a promising young basketball player, and everyone was trying to hop on his bandwagon. His coach's daughter, Shara Robinson, hopped on more than just his bandwagon. Wright gave her the pickle, and before long, Shara Robinson was bearing his child. Now Lorenzen Wright was trapped in a relationship. He didn't want to leave Shara because he'd never get to see his kid. The two stayed together, had even more kids, got married, and made a joint YouTube account so they could subscribe to this channel. Even our bomb-ass videos couldn't save this relationship. Wright and Robinson fought all the time and were both terrible with money, which put an enormous strain on the marriage. Even though Wright became the 7th overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft and made good money, he was having trouble supporting Robinson and their 7 children. Damn, dude, wear a condom one time. Shit. The two made it work for a number of years before finally divorcing in 2010. Wright had just finished playing the 2009 NBA season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He wasn't good anymore, but he wasn't quite ready to give up basketball forever either. His ex-wife made that decision for him. Knowing there was $1 million life insurance policy on him, Shara Robinson lured Lorenzen into the woods where he was shot 11 times.
So her and Lorenzen met up with Billy on this road. That's when I guess they ambushed him.
You say you gassed. Why do you say you gassed?
Because I wasn't there.
Did she tell you what happened once they met up with them, other than Lorenzen jumping over the fence?
Lorenzen had his back to him. They started chasing him. They started firing at him, chasing him. He jumped through the fence. He was jumping like a deer. They caught him when he fell. She said both of them had guns.
Did she say whether or not both of them fired?
She said both of them fired.
Come on, Lorenzen. You knocked up a crazy girl and then cuffed her, thinking it would all be okay. At least he got his dinger wet instead of having to whack off, like this next NBA star who ruined his career while masturbating mobily. Yes, it's all true about Eddie Griffin. He did crash his car while whacking it. But we need to talk about his on-court play to really flesh him out as a person. Griffin was from Philadelphia and was the 7th overall pick by the Nets in the 2001 NBA draft.
Huggins just checking in, entry to Griffin. Slammed on. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Moore?
He was dealt to the Houston Rockets on draft night. He became an immediate star. At the age of 19, Griffin became just the 2nd player in NBA history to record 130 blocks and hit 90 three-pointers in a season. The city of Philly had pumped out basketball talent like Kobe Bryant and Wilt Chamberlain, and Eddie Griffin was right up there with them. The 6'10" power forward made the all-rookie team in 2001 to 02, but was then checked into rehab for drug abuse just 2 years later. What the hell happened? Eddie Griffin had some inner demons, and they seemed to come out whenever he was driving. 2 car-related incidents would change Griffin's life forever. The first one was pretty funny. The second one would literally kill him. In 2006 in Minneapolis, Griffin decided to get wasted and go for a drive. Probably not a good idea. Impaired driving requires more attention and focus, not less. But Griffin wasn't even watching the road. In a classic mid-2000s move, Eddie Griffin had a portable DVD player up on the dashboard and was watching porn. Right when he was about to nut, bam, Griffin slams into a parked car. The boys down at the station must have had a good laugh when the police report came in for this one.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Everyone was curious what kind of porn Griffin was watching. When they found out, they couldn't believe it. He was watching subscribe button porn. Go ahead and act out your fantasies. Smash that button right now. Luckily, nobody was hurt in this crash, but the same can't be said the next time Griffin decided to go on a joyride. In 2007, while just 24 years old, Eddie Griffin sped full bore into a moving train and died instantly upon impact.
Eddie Griffin died early Friday morning when he drove his SUV into a moving train in Houston, Texas. Officials say the vehicle was driven through a railroad crossing barrier before it impacted the train and burst into flame.
A career so promising, ending so abruptly. Damn. Don't worry, not all of these stories end in death. The next one is just a dude being hella unpatriotic. Oh, and Dylan Brooks' dumbass is coming up too. I know you want to watch this guy's career spiral. This gentleman is Josh Howard. He's 6'7" and weighs 210 pounds. He was a great college player at Wake Forest and enjoyed a nice run with the Dallas Mavericks.
It's one-on-one, off the crossover to the rim. Josh Howard schooling the MVP. How do you like that?
His NBA career was cut short though, mostly because he was an idiot. He would be caught saying something on camera that would literally end his career. Howard was book smart. He stayed for all 4 seasons at Wake because he wanted to get his degree. In his own words, "I knew there was more to life than basketball." So he said that. But we're wondering what his priorities are, because love for his country certainly isn't one of them. We kind of take that seriously here in America, and Josh Howard was so brazen about his lack of patriotism. In 2006, Howard was invited to be on the U.S. Olympic basketball team competing in Beijing in 2008, one of the highest honors available in pro basketball. He said no. His excuse was that he had a kids camp to run in his hometown of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But even people in his own town couldn't believe how unpatriotic Howard was.
I think he needed to go and check out his history and give this country a little more respect.
I don't know him personally, but he's supposed to represent a lot of black people, you know? I don't think, it's not right, though, really.
Turning down a spot on the Olympic team wasn't even the worst thing Howard did, though. We mentioned he said something really bad. It happened at a celebrity flag football event thrown by Allen Iverson in 2008. A video of Howard began circulating around the internet which showed the Maverick star ignoring the national anthem and saying, "I don't celebrate this shit. I'm black."
Star-Spangled Banner going on right now. I don't even celebrate that but I'm black.
This incident did not make Josh Howard a popular guy. Mavs owner Mark Cuban had a private talk with Howard about his actions, and things began to unravel for the star. He was traded to the Wizards in 2010 and immediately tore his ACL. The Jazz grabbed him in 2011, but Howard was a shell of his former self. In 2012, the Timberwolves gave Howard one last chance, and he lasted for just 11 games.
Josh Howard for 3, and Howard knocks it down.
Howard's career was done. Despite being a good player, he was snubbed for awards and is never celebrated by the Mavericks. All because he went out of his way to trash his country. Come on, bruh. This country made you rich. Dylan Brooks is rich, but he needs to spend his millions on thicker walls so he can't hear all of his haters, because he's got a lot of them. Is it just because he's super ugly? Or is there another reason everyone hates Dylan Brooks?
He's a problem. He's a problem.
We hate him because he's a little crybaby wannabe bully and a pathetic loser. Brooks got exposed in the 2023 playoffs when his Grizzlies were handled by the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games. Dillon Brooks took his defensive assignment on LeBron James super seriously, taking every opportunity to provoke the GOAT. By provoke, we mean slap his balls.
LeBron hit in the lower.
This foul will be reviewed for the appropriate penalty.
Foul's going to go against Dillon Brooks.
The Grizzlies were getting throttled in this series, but that didn't stop Brooks from talking shit to the king.
It's paid cheerlead. Yeah, like pom-poms. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, look. The little girl with the pigtails made a basket.
Initially on this hit, or you'll see it in a moment, after the stare down by Brooks, and LeBron just wouldn't return the favor.
Brooks continued to throw shade at Bron even after the final buzzer. Here he is talking behind LeBron's back post-game.
I don't care, he's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on.
It's typically considered a low blow to talk shit behind someone's back, but Dillon Brooks proved he's not against using low blows. LeBron just laughed and then proceeded to ball out. The Lakers took a 35-9 lead in the first quarter of the next game, showing the Grizzlies what they thought of Brooks' little post-game comments. Memphis blamed their postseason loss to the Lakers on Dillon Brooks and immediately shipped him to Houston following the series. He's the bum-ass Rockets problem now. The change of scenery didn't stop Brooks from being a villain. Here's LeBron reminding the kid who his daddy is during a Lakers-Rockets game this year.
LeBron one way, then the other. Counted! And one for Bron. He was not going to be denied on the block.
Yeah, that time, again, being defended.
Dillon Brooks is a mediocre player on a bad team, and he still gets everyone's best shot because of his reputation. This dude is screwed. His career is over.
Straight up.
These guys had so much going for them, but threw it all away. Just like you're in danger of throwing it all away if you don't click on another video. Eddie Griffin was always down to watch another video. Why aren't you?